Welcome to the Come On Show live on MP4 from Chateau, Elan with the Angel Flight Tournament of Angels golf tournament. And we just played.
I do. We just played. It's over. And we came in with a normal score. Southside Steve played with Jeff and a guy named Joe Solly.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Solly. He's a pilot. He flies for Angel Flight. And then we had Todd James, a guy I grew up with. He was supposed to be my guy. He played in a tournament yesterday. What did you think of Joe and Todd's play? Did they carry us or did we carry them?
No, I think actually, no offense, you were the weakest link. I actually even carried more than I thought I would. It was Joe, Todd, and me. I think Todd, but unfortunately, I think you were the weakest link.
Well, you know, it was a day. I was more concentrating on drinking, having a good time. And for some reason, as we have as our special guest, Crash Clark in the distance, but sitting with me, Steve Craig, because that's his team. Steve Craig may win this golf tournament. He is a radio professional. I'm not a weak golfer. You saw my game, though. There were some great shots.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you had great shots, and I did too, and I had some bad shots too.
You had more bad shots than I did.
In the beginning.
All right, we'll talk about it. We got into this weird thing about the tan man because Jeff's the tan man with a throwback 96 rock. So we got in a lot of American Indian humor.
He's playing a lot of pickleball these days, aren't you?
No, I'm not playing pickleball. No.
Doesn't Jeff look like a pickleball player? You do.
Well, you guys are the ones that are like older than me. You guys are
We are the 60s. This guy's in his 50s with us right now, and I'm going to hand him the mic because he can handle his own. You listen to him for Retro Pleasure on 99X for years when I was on the rock side of things. 99X is back. Rock 100.5 is out. Southside Steve's been out of the business now for 3 years. Thank you. I mean, I'm trying to be cool. It's not your fault.
Don't get me started.
But thank you for taking away HSA. What's the thing, too, Jeff, that I did? That the 401k, I lost that. Yeah. I lost really good insurance. And I got to work in independent radio for 2.5 years. It's not your fault, though.
That's okay. I'm doing it for free. They're not even paying me.
Oh, that's not even funny.
Yeah.
No, I love this guy. We all love each other in the business. Steve Craig.
But you were talking about being older. I think the thing that helped our game today, because we actually shot really, really well. Believe it or not, Crash Clark carried us. He made some amazing shots.
I can't believe
He's
it.
back there getting drunk.
He's getting it. He was playing drunk, and he played great.
Well, we're going to get a little drunker. He'll come on tomorrow's show.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, I got a chance to hit from the senior tees. So I was putting the drives out there. So as the first shot goes.
Oh, well, hold on. That's cheating. Where's the senior tees? Are those in front of the red?
Yeah, the white tees.
So those are senior tees?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
But you're not old enough to play him. He is.
How old do you have to be a senior?
65.
I didn't know that. I got 4 more years before I can hit from that tee.
Yeah. Exactly. So that kind of helped us out, I think.
All right, well, I wouldn't say that, but you are in great shape.
Thank you.
Tell us about Angel Flight and what you do, because we're here. I understand this tournament has been around for over 25 years. I just want to know, because you're a pilot, you're an air personality, and you're very involved in this, and what you do is awesome.
Basically, what Angel Flight does is break down the barriers for transportation. So people who need back and forth transportation to and from medical treatments, a lot of cancer patients, a lot of pediatric patients, people who are recovering from severe burns, going back and forth from burn centers, you name it. Angel Flight will pick up the flights for free. So we, as private pilots and volunteer pilots, will pick up those free flights. So we do. I did a lot of.
So you don't get paid at all, and I'm not trying to break down anything.
No, it's free.
You own a plane, and you're at PDK, but that's wear and tear on your aircraft and fuel. Is it a write-off, or how does it work?
It's a write-off. Yeah, it's a tax write-off. So I mean, it's a win-win for everybody.
Any charity, it's all volunteer.
Total win-win.
It's all because we can give back.
Yeah,
if you're able to.
And you fly with a purpose, which is great, because sometimes it's nice to go for what they call the $100 hamburger. Now it's about a $300 hamburger.
Oh, just to fly around
just
for an hour?
Just to fly off, and just go someplace in a nice little airport and grab a hamburger and then come back. But you have a purpose. You're actually flying someone who is in need of this medical treatment, and they can't afford the commercial flights, or for some reason, if they have oxygen tanks or equipment, they can't fly on the commercial airlines. So we pick up those flights.
Wow.
And we've even even done emergency relief work when all the hurricanes were hitting down toward the Gulf. We were flying supply runs. I remember going way back. I've been doing this for about 27 years now with Angel Flight. When 9/11 hit, we were doing flights. We called them. They were canine flights, and it was the cadaver dogs they were using at Ground Zero in New York. All those dogs, the paws were just completely getting just ripped apart.
Man.
So we were flying in replacement dogs for that, and then we did blood flights with that. I actually did an Angel Flight around that time with Brendan O'Brien, the producer.
Oh, no,
who's also a pilot.
I know you and I could probably talk about Brendan for the next 30
Well,
minutes.
yeah, we did a blood flight. It was for the Red Cross. We were doing blood samples.
Is he a pilot too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Brendan O'Brien being one of the greatest rock producers.
Yes.
From Atlanta.
Pearl Jam, Stone Temple Pilots.
You name it. And he's from Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
So he's been a volunteer for Angel Flight as well.
Yeah, exactly. He was just getting started. He was just getting started with his.
He's got chills. You gave him chills.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously
There you
you're
go.
getting great interviews with the guy too. Does he come on your radio show?
Every once in a while he'll come in. He hasn't in a few years because he's too busy.
He did a Rick Beato interview. Did you see that?
Yeah,
Rick Beato.
he and Rick have been doing some great stuff. Yeah.
Jeff's a huge fan. We actually on the Yeah Come On show do some Rick Beato because Jeff will put in a statement and he calls himself the frustrated rock star because Jeff has tried forever to be in a band and failed. Jeff has also tried to be a comedian and failed.
I remember when Rick Beato was in Billionaire.
Billionaire, yeah.
When I was playing him on the Locals Only show, and then all of a sudden, boom, he made it huge.
But that was like 15 years later.
Back in exactly.
Yeah.
But Jeff now makes little statements, and Rick is engaging with Jeff, and then we play back the engagement with Jeff reading what you wrote and what he wrote back to you. But you love it.
You have your music professionals mix. It's actually Tom Zutont.
That's who you're texting?
Yes, Tom Zutont.
You know who Tom Zutont is?
I don't.
He's the guy, the A&R guy that signed Guns N' Roses
Oh,
and Motley
okay.
Crue for
Yeah.
Geffen back in the day.
He's played by that actor in the movie.
Davidson.
Pete Davidson plays him in the dirt.
Okay, yeah.
He had his, but we do talk about Rick Beato a lot because I'm a huge fan of his work lately.
Rick Beato. Oh,
A lot of money?
His YouTube channel. Oh yeah,
But,
good on him.
But
Good on
he
him.
earned it. Like he struggled through. He was, Billionaire was just a struggling Atlanta band.
I
Back
got a
in the
great
90s.
story about Rick Beato. When we're doing the Locals Only show back in the late 90s, everyone who was coming up in local bands, they wanted to put together a CD, put together an album, and they all wanted Brendan O'Brien.
Mm-hmm.
They all wanted Butch Walker at the time. And they would say, hey, can we get in with these producers? I said, no, but Rick Beato, the band Billionaire, he does an amazing job of producing. So I was sending them all to Rick Beato and his studio, and so they were getting their albums produced by Rick, and then Rick calls me and he goes, stop sending me people. I don't have time. He says, it's too much. He says, stop. I go, well, dude, you're just great,
Yeah, you're great, and you make money. I love the fact that you guys know the music. I don't. And I am a fan of it, but when you do morning shows and things like that, you're just about the show and doing about whatever you're doing.
Pop culture and stuff like that.
Pop culture, yeah. I definitely know. I watched all the pop culture shows,
Yeah.
and I have Steve MZ under my bag. But when we get into music, good Lord, Jeff just comes alive. Just like you had, to me, at the time, the best music show, at least on 99X. I'm a new wave guy, and
Yeah.
you know the difference between that and alternative.
Oh, yeah.
And if you've worked in Atlanta radio and you were on 96 Rock, a dude named CW, and I know you know who CW is, he comes in with his idea, let's get rid of a heritage rock station and start Project 961. Bam. To beat 99X,
Yeah.
then the Dickies, God bless them, if you follow Atlanta radio, that one brother has got 680 The Fan, the other brothers start and they buy our company Cumulus, and next thing you know, they want to do a rock station, get the regular guys back together, and I do a 14-year run on 3 morning shows, and then they flip back to 99X. You left alternative, went to rock on the river, and now you're back in it. And for me, I have every right to dislike alternative radio because I've been blown out twice by alternative radio. But I love new wave, and that's why I always loved your show.
Because you wouldn't have alternative without the new wave.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
That's right. Yes, that's right. And
You
I
would.
learned my new wave from listening to
Bands like
Steve in the
Depeche
80s
Mode,
or
New
90s.
Order, Joy Division, The Cure, The Smiths.
But
all those things
I
you wouldn't
wasn't into it back then. I got turned on it from the House of Retro Pleasure,
Right.
listening to you on the night. It was the best hour of radio in the late 90s.
Yeah,
And-
you wouldn't have Nirvana without the Pixies.
Right.
Things like that.
And I was into the payolas and the plimsolls,
There
but
you
then
go,
they took
yeah.
me some places.
He doesn't look it, but he does know his new wave.
Yeah, I do.
He knows his House of Retro
No, but
Pleasure.
what about
I-
what about ska? You a ska guy?
Not really.
No,
yeah,
no
I-
specials, madness.
I mean, I like
English
Ghost
beat,
Town.
no?
That's about it.
Yeah, so that's not my thing, but I learned from you too. So one reason to have you on the Yeah Come On show is just that powerful show you had on a station that I
Still have it. Still have
I
it.
know that's what I'm saying. That I dislike, but there were personalities I did dislike your station.
Okay.
I didn't like the 99. I didn't like that. It's just not my scene. And you're an older guy like me. It's hard to believe that you fit into that. I know Axl was a rock guy fitting into that.
Not only did he fit in, he created it.
Well, that's what I mean. So where
Yeah,
did your
he was answering phones for us when we first started.
Oh, which is hilarious.
I know.
And Axl was doing phones, and he was at Power 99.
Yeah.
But then you look at Jimmy Barron and those guys, they're more morning show focused, but they had a morning show on a station where that music was popping. So
Yeah.
that's where everybody was. They're coming in, and I'm over there. If we played a song that was Yellow Brick Road, I'm like, Elton John ain't cool. We need to do something different. So I
But
like.
Elton John would come up on our station
Yeah.
and bring his keyboard and do some stuff. So yeah.
No, but that's one thing I just wanted to make sure that we got out there how phenomenal you were, and you're just a guy that changed with the times.
Yeah.
Whereas you knew the music, you were always playing the cool music. You're playing it now on 99X,
Yeah.
and that show is phenomenal.
Thank you.
And-
It's what I grew up with.
Yeah.
That was my college years. Was all the new wave stuff.
And
in the
Jeff and
80s.
I were both 88.5 guys, and that's
Yeah.
where I was getting a lot of my alternative, some of it. But I'd already had it in my blood anyway. I always was like, damn, I love the new wave, and damn, I love the rock. Some of the hairband stuff got on my nerves even. But not all of it. I do like that era. The 80s I still think is the best era. That's my
Yeah.
question to you. What's the best era of music?
For me, 80s.
Okay.
80s. I would say new wave 80s. It was the college radio years of the 80s, and that goes back into like 1979. The early Police, Elvis Costello, Iggy Pop, that kind of stuff was really formative for what became new wave in the 80s. But the new wave stuff was always different. It wasn't mainstream. It was what college radio was embracing.
College radio.
And that's exactly what happened in the early 90s
Yes.
when people started saying, I'm sick of the Scorpions, I'm sick of Guns N' Roses, I'm sick of Bon Jovi, give me something else that speaks to me. And then here comes Nirvana, here comes Pearl Jam, here comes
The door was wide open.
Exactly.
And-
So the big changeover happened then.
Yeah, and I agree, and I think you make a great point. Right now, the Yeah Come On show, we are live at Chateau Elan. We are here for the Angel Flight Golf Tournament. I'm next to not just an air personality, but a pilot that flies for Angel Flight. Huge heart, nice plane. And dude, what you do and you've been doing for 25 years, I learned it's my first time in the tournament, and it's been great. You guys run it first class. If
Thank
you
you.
ever get a chance, do it. And think about the money that's involved in these pilots that give their time. We played with a pilot today,
Yep.
and again, if you've got somebody sick in your family, like you said, a burn victim, tell me nobody's ever passed away on your plane.
No.
But I
No,
know you've been in
never.
some situations that I'm sure it's pretty difficult for you to look over your shoulder and see.
Yeah, I had a guy who was he was a geologist, a professor. He was literally dying of pancreatic cancer, and he was flying home out of hospice. He was flying home to be with his family
To pass away.
literally pass away. And I had him in the right seat, so I'm flying in the left seat. He's in the right seat. He said, "I've always wanted to fly," and so I started kind of schooling him a little bit, and I said, "Dude, it's your plane." And he started flying a little bit. You know, it's like, okay, just give it a little bit of rudder, make a little right turn. You know, and I kind of showed him how to do it. And then all of a sudden, he's flying the plane. And,
Wow.
And he said, and then
What a gift.
He stopped and
Now I got
said,
chills.
he stopped and said, "How long have I been flying?" I go, "You've been flying for about a half hour, dude." I go, "You ought to put it in like a logbook." And
Tell me you took like pictures of him and
I
stuff.
did.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
it was great.
awesome.
And one of the other great stories I can tell real quick, there was a Bernadette Bernadette Darnell is amazing. She is our mission coordinator, and she's just so dedicated and so amazing to get the missions together. She will call us as volunteer pilots and say, hey, I've got a mission. Can you do this on Wednesday? Can you do this on Saturday? Whatever. She called me up and said, I've got a mission for you. Can you do maybe 5 o'clock on a Wednesday? I said, yeah, sure, I'll be there. And she says, it's not a medical flight. We're basically flying this kid home because his father is passing away, and he can't get a commercial flight. He needs to get there. His dad is dying, and can you get him there? I went, absolutely. So I got him in, and I said, what's his name? She said he says his name is his name is Will Starzell or something like that. I went, okay. So I didn't even notice anything.
It's Willie Stargell.
So anyway, I got the paperwork, and everything. So I'm flying him, and I find out that he is Willie Stargell's son.
Oh,
and he's flying out to see the great Willie Stargell, the Giants great.
Yes.
And he was passing away. He had blood cancer, and so I got him there, and we talked a little bit about his father, and huge baseball fan, grew up a Dodger fan, whatever. And it's like, when the Dodgers played the Giants, it was great. And so we had a great conversation. He was telling me great stories about his father, and then he got there just in time, and his father, he spent maybe an hour or two with his father before he passed away.
Unbelievable. You getting him there.
Oh yeah, it was great. Yeah, so
because there's no way to drive, and that's what you guys do. And again, the Angel Flight,
we call that a mercy mission. So I mean, if it's
there's terms.
So if you're the person who's not necessarily in medical distress, but you need to get somewhere. For a family member, someone who is, that we'll pick up those as well. So. Yeah.
Oh wow! See, there's so much to this program, and people can go to your site, right? Where's the Angel Flight site?
It's angelflightsoars.org, and that's SOARS, angelflightsoars.org.
I like the soars, and I like and what a well-run tournament. I
told you.
It's a lot of fun.
This is one of the best tournaments. And it's the most well-run and most fun and the most, charitable.
And you didn't do skins game like I did. I hosted 7 skin games.
That was all about.
Now you're a shooter, right?
Yeah.
You're a guns guy.
Yeah.
The next event is at Burge Resort, the old Burge Plantation. We do a clay shoot.
I love that.
Sporting clays, and it's golf with shotguns. So it's amazing.
Oh, I've done that.
Yeah.
I did it for my bachelor party. Yes.
Well, Angel Flight, we do that in October. So come on out.
Oh, I got to do it, Jeff. They do it. You're in a golf cart, but it's a 4-wheel drive, and you got all your clays and your guns. And
teach me to be a man.
There's 18 holes of different patterns you shoot. And you score it like a golf.
That's exactly it.
No, I love that. And
Come on out. It's a lot of fun.
I'll bring my own weapon on that one. That's good stuff. Again, all of our sponsors, as we have a great man on here that endorses many things on the radio too, whether it was 99X or The River, your 2 big stations and successes. Jeff is a part-timer extraordinaire.
I was his go-to guy for a few years at The River.
That's right.
He did what, 5 years at The River?
5 years.
That's right. He quit on me.
Well, you wanted to put the shot in him. Jeff goes, when I refused the shot, I thought people would walk out the door with me, but I was the only one.
Yeah, no, I was.
I had to take
it. But yeah, I should have just
uploaded. I was right there with you.
I know. He gave me a little thing to the side, like, dude, I'm sorry, I can't help this. I should have just uploaded like a fake card.
Didn't it suck?
It did.
It sucked
completely.
Me and Mike Key, and I know you know Mike Key. He's on 680 The Fan, and he was a 99X guy forever.
He was our promotions guy.
Yeah, promotions guy, and Mike Key and I were the last 2. I was literally on the last day before getting fired. I kept hoping there was a way out.
Yeah.
And there just wasn't. But we've been in the corporate sector. I'm doing a podcast. This guy, whenever he's not in the corporate sector, he's flying a plane, helping others. 2 great stories.
And yelling at soccer players. Atlanta United.
I was going to get, you know what? And it's funny that this is what we have in common. And so if you ever need a co-host, he did Atlanta. It's always a job thing. No, he does Atlanta United. That's the MLS team. For 7 years, I was the voice of the Atlanta Silverbacks.
Yeah.
When that's all we had.
That's right.
We started at DeKalb College. Then we built the structure right there at Jimmy Carter.
Yep.
And I did the games there. And I was the halftime show and called the games. And then we got ourselves an MLS team, and it just, bam.
Yep.
And the Silverbacks were gone. But I played in the ADSL, and that's why I knew a lot of the players, and I played first division amateur, so I just love soccer.
Yeah.
But now that it's blown up, I feel a little phased out, but you give me hope because you're 4 years my senior, which is good. But North Atlanta golf carts, they're off this exit. We are in Brazelton, the lovely town of Brazelton that we learned is owned by or was owned by a famous actress.
Well, Kim Basinger bought the bonds or owned the city for a little bit in the 90s.
I just want to bring that up. Kim used to come into Rupert's when I was a bartender, and I'd see her there. I'm like, she was probably in town to check on Brazelton. This was her town. But North Atlanta Golf Carts, they're a sponsor of the Yeah Come On show. Craig Riddle asked for the Yeah Come On deal. They're off the same exit as Chateau Elan. Of course, the Exit Wealth Studios, we're not in those right now. We are at Chateau Elan Studios, thanks to this man right here, Steve Craig. In closure,
It wasn't my fault.
No, dude, this was so much fun. But you guys got to realize when you run golf tournaments, guess what these guys do? They literally get everybody to buy all the tickets, right? You buy the tickets to get, what do you call those damn things that I don't use?
The raffles. The raffle.
No, but the
prizes.
raffle, but they're
mulligans.
You know what? I don't believe in mulligans. I hit perfect. I don't need it. Jeff did.
No, I didn't need it. I don't use mulligans. I don't believe it.
I did. I used the crap out of them.
We use a lot of them, only because when you pay for them, so it's all for a good cause.
By the way, you're donating money, but here's the way they do it, because this blew me away today. I've been to a ton of golf tournaments, never seen this. You go in, you buy them before you, and I heard everybody going, get them before you leave. And I'm like, well, you can always buy mulligans or buy and do raffles. No, they literally do everything electronically. They pick the winners. You're notified if you won while you're playing.
Yep.
So therefore, it's all about eating and hanging out with people, and there's no need to raffle.
Exactly.
That's perfect.
Exactly.
I'm blown away by you and doing that. And any closing statement, because you've been a part of this for how long?
I've been doing their swag since the early 15 years.
Yeah, it's been like almost 20 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And what our swag today, any sponsors we need to mention or anything else, because I want people to give money. They can give money year round.
Mm-hmm.
I now know that you do a yearly golf tournament. And now you're going to do this clay shooting, which is great. And we can go to that. Again, it's angelflightsoars.org.
That's right.
And what else can people do? Because I know this is costly to get people. It's really fuel.
Basically, just create awareness, because that's the one thing that we've always tried to create is a lot of people, a lot of doctors, a lot of medical centers, hospitals don't know that we exist.
Wow.
And so when they say, hey, your treatment is going to be, a good example is a pediatric mission that I would always take, and it was always the same kids, and these are the helmet kids, the helmet heads.
I see them.
Those are the ones that have I forget what the actual medical term is for it, but their craniums are a little misshapen, and they wear the little helmets. They put stickers on them and everything. It's not a life-threatening thing.
And sometimes they only wear them for 3 to 6 months.
Right. But you have to go in like every 3 or 4 days, or at least once a week, and actually get kind of adjusted for them. And so that was a lot of back and forth for someone who might be living up in North Georgia or the Carolinas and coming down to Emory to get the thing done.
Because certain hospitals are known for what they do.
So we were going back and forth and kind of running those kids, in their treatments. So yeah, I mean, it's awareness, and a lot of people don't know that the service of Angel Flight is available to them with that. And so a lot of kids, or the parents say, well, I've got to have all these treatments. What do? I can't keep driving back and forth. That's what we're here for.
Awareness.
Do doctors actually tell you? Like, the doctors tell these people Angel Flight exists?
Yeah, as long as they know, yeah. And we just need to get a little bit more outreach to the physicians and the medical centers to say, no, that this is a service that's available to them.
Well, we're going to get the word out. That's what we do. And we've been handing out these great cards to follow the Yeah Come On show, where all you got to do is follow it. It is 4 hours of Atlanta radio done in 30 minutes.
Live without a net.
Yeah, Jeff wants to mention live without a net, because if there's a mess up, there's a mess up. We keep cruising.
Yep.
And it's fun, and I'm not trying to sandbag or angry at terrestrial radio by any means. It's just a vehicle that we thought was fun. It was always a fun thing. And since right now we're out of radio, we're like, well, let's just bring radio to...
Let's keep doing our version of it and see what happens.
Right.
Yeah, so that's all we're doing. Content.
Yes.
So it is a lovely Thursday. We are here at the golf course, and again, it has been a Angel Flight Day. Nothing but pilots around here. You see the man's logo.
And volunteers.
And volunteers everywhere. I want to thank all the volunteers. Everybody was so cool to us. They ran around with margaritas. There was a guy handing out hot dogs. I was like, there were drinks, there were girls. I mean, there was everything.
Fat Matt's got barbecue for us here in a little bit. Yep.
And Fat Matt's on the barbecue. Thank you so much. And I just want to say it's been a pleasure being out here today. The Yeah Come On show will come wherever you are. And this was a pleasure. Big fan of this guy. Steve Craig, Southside Steve, Jeff Cole.
Thanks for having me on.
Pleasure.
Thanks, man.
Can I get a yeah come on?
Yeah, come on.